Thank you for welcome back to The Focus. You are watching and listening to The Focus. We're back after a long week of a million different things going on in the sports world. So, of course, we're here to talk about them all. I have my usual suspects with me. Got Cardell. Wilson is on this side of the table tonight.
Why you got to say it like that? I'd say we're going to have a good week.
Of course, and we're going to start off with having a great week, but you being on this side of the table.
I can have this side of the table for the month.
You can.
Have your blessing.
Yes, you,
right.
as you wish.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Ojo, we so happy to have you here, man.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it, man. First off, I want to congratulate you guys on this show. You know, Focus, big things, man. I want to congratulate Cardell, man. We had that old talks, man. Basketball grind and struggle, man. And, man, salute to you with the Finest magazine and all that, man. Tip my hat off to you.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
We'd also like to, just stamp that Finest magazine.
Yes,
salute
sir.
as well.
Yes, sir.
That
I've been
one,
on a few covers.
Man.
Blessed to be on some covers.
that one man grind is real.
Yeah.
Got them framed in the crib.
All right, so I got a question for everybody. Did everybody stay up extra late and watch that national title game?
Of
That probably
course.
should have been played Sunday night.
Of
I
course.
had no choice. The little ones make sure I got to stay late.
I actually was in the gym.
Oh, that's not a bad excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's not a bad
training.
excuse.
But I caught a little Sports Center, so
Okay.
thank God for Sports Center.
Yeah, I was up late watching.
You weren't tweeting though. Like I tweeted. I didn't start tweeting, I think, until like the fourth quarter.
I don't know. I've been
try to
off
stay
of
off
Twitter
Twitter.
lately. It's been a lot going on Twitter, so I just kind of stay to myself now.
Still not hip to Twitter yet, man. Facebook.
That's like instant
Too
news.
much.
That's better than the news.
Much.
Saying like I tell my wife, Twitter's the wild, wild west.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've
Yep,
heard
exactly why I
like-
took a
like
step
Last
back.
arguing over a quote. That's too much for me. I don't
Any,
got time for it.
just a quote. I don't know if anything.
Yeah.
For real, yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
But it was crazy last night. We had talked about the national title game last week. Leading up to it. I told Cardell last week, my heart was with Clemson. I just didn't trust that Dabo was going to take the reins off enough to let Deshaun. You have the best quarterback in the country, just to let him cook.
Right.
And I was just worried about that. Like that was my only fear with Clemson. Not that Deshaun couldn't do it, but would they pull the reins off in enough time? And Cardell, you brought up that they kind of did it last year with flipping the run to going dumb wide and just spreading Alabama out. Like I said, my only concern was that they were going to do it too late. But shout out to Clemson's defense though.
I mean, yeah, they stepped up. The reason why they had to run the ball because Alabama, the secondary, the defense, in that first half, man, they was flying all over the place. They was hitting, man. They was hitting like they was in the league, man. I'm serious. The way they hit me, like I said, it hit my man Mike Williams. He got up, stumbled, and just ran off the field. I was like, man. Then
Weights, man.
Deshaun Watson got helicopter. He did like 2 360s.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Man, but I think that's what woke them up because they was like, man, we don't match their physicality. It's over.
Right.
So they started, and then like the next couple of plays, I saw Deshaun just running to them. I'm like, all right, he okay. And that's what impressed me. That's why I picked Clemson because I felt like I said, it would be a close game. And I think I felt like it would come down to the quarterbacks who would make better decisions, who would make the plays throwing the ball. And obviously, the freshman, he still got a lot to learn. What's his name, Hurt from Alabama.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he got a lot to learn, and he's not there yet. But Deshaun, I know he's, he was more than ready. He's mentally tough, and he proved it.
Octavia.
I mean, you guys pretty much hit all the points. We did talk about this last week in Rapid Fire, of course. So you kind of had to give one-word answers. But no, like it was the same thing. It's hard for you to go against Alabama because of everything that they've done over the past couple of years. They pretty much own college football.
Right.
With here and there other schools, of course, but it comes down to that last minute, who has the most, who wants it more.
Yep.
And the fact that I looked up at one point and Alabama had scored another touchdown. I was like, okay, it's not that much time left. What's going to happen? But you could see the poise and the difference between the quarterbacks and who could actually lead their team down the field and score, and in that fashion at that, with basically no time remaining. That was one of the best national championship games we've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And just from like a Twitter aspect, I saw way too many people already trying to compare it to the Vince Young Rose Bowl game.
I've
Why
seen
can't
that
y'all
too.
just relax and
Yeah,
enjoy
man.
something?
Enjoy the
for
Never.
Stop comparing,
24
yeah.
It's
hours.
Twitter. This is what they
comparing,
do.
Like literally, they were asking this midway through the fourth. you know, and the ending hadn't happened yet. I'm just like, could we just enjoy, you know, Deshaun Watson writing his story? Could we, like, no knock on Vince Young. What he did was amazing, but let Deshaun Watson have Deshaun Watson's moment and Clemson have their moment. So, you know, I was really happy for him.
And one last, nobody's really mentioning him, the wide receiver for Clemson, Renfro.
Oh,
the walk-on.
Yeah.
You mean the future Patriot?
Yeah, he needs.
He does look like a
Wes Walker. He look like one of those. He needs love because all throughout the game he was the most consistent player. Even look, he had 11 catches.
Yeah.
He tore them up. So
Last year he did the same thing.
and keep him, like I said, he's a walk-on.
Yeah.
So, hey, shout out to him. He should get drafted. I know, and my Broncos would love to have you come out there and work out for us. Hey, so
49ers, I don't care. 49ers.
y'all need a lot, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
gosh.
we-
It's
we-
2 against 2. Here we go.
Hey, look, no, I'm just simply saying my standpoint remains. If we can't get Deshaun, I want none other quarterbacks. And that's it. Give me
We try and get
I'd rather
coach.
have what's it
GM.
called? If I can't have Deshaun, give me Reuben Foster. Navarro needs some help
Okay.
outside.
Yeah,
So
he
I don't
does.
want anything. I don't want anything remotely that looks or sounds or
Oh, he's a
smells
Niner fan?
like
Yep.
Mitch Trubisky. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I said. 2 against 2. Y'all 2, them 2.
I don't want that at all.
My
But
man.
we gonna keep it moving.
You want to keep Cap?
I'm cool with them.
Me too,
like,
but
the
just
only-
stay out the media.
But like right now, like I wish the media was there with him right now because he donated his massive
Yeah.
shoe collection.
Yeah, respect.
You know, he's out there doing things that everybody was questioning him about.
Right.
So now that he's doing these things, nobody wants to shine light on it. You
Right.
question the man's character when he did it.
Thank
So
you.
now that he's doing, you know, nobody's saying anything. And then secondly, it was a horrible year, horrible roster. You know, dude, they waited 3 years to fire somebody who should have been fired
Right.
3 years ago. And then despite it all, everybody that despises the young man, he didn't have a bad year.
Not at all.
No.
Especially with the
Despite
stuff that
playing
he had.
Like, despite playing with one of the worst supporting casts in the league and all the turnover, you got a lot of the players talking about they didn't know who each other was. But that's another story for another day. Shout out
that's
to
a long
Clemson,
story.
Deshaun Watson, and I'm probably going to end up ranting on this show. You know,
That's the best part.
Cardell had the first rant of the Focus with the MJ
yeah.
LeBron. I promise you, by the time, like after the NFL scouting combine, y'all are going to get a Deshaun Watson rant from me. Because I'm really sick of this thing that we do every year. But like I said, man, today's not the time. I'm going to move on from this. Y'all just got to stop it. Like, he had a great game, but you better stop it. Man, like, you didn't see any of that stuff last night?
Man, I ignored it. I was too busy celebrating, man. I was like,
I was ready to throw my computer or something.
sometimes you gotta know when to just log off,
I'm
man.
trying to tell y'all.
So,
Yeah, who you telling?
Horrible, man.
But yeah, we gonna, transition. Like I said, we've been promoting on social media and everything.
Yes.
We got Dele Ojo in the building.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
One of the Moco's finest.
DMV.
One of the I'm getting to all that. One of the DMV's finest. One of the the best guards of the era. Definitely. Especially the guys that's not in the league. He's in that mix. Welcome to the show, obviously, and glad to have you. And my first question for you is, what's the motivation behind your training company, Both Ends Training?
Basically, to be honest with you guys, I was still playing basketball full throttle, just worried about basketball. And then, I guess the last year and a half, 2 years, people have been asking me, well, how about you start training, share the wealth, share the knowledge to the young kids. And at first I was just like, I don't know if I have time to do it. But just learning from other trainers like, Anthony Gumby Williams, we learned from Ryan Kruger or my boy Musa. I just decided, well, maybe I should start my own training. And, and then other people were talking to me saying, well, think about a, unique name for your training business. And, I thought of, hey, how about I name my training the way that I play? I play defense and offense the whole game, 48 minutes, 94 feet. So, I just came up with that unique name. And a friend of mine, Renee, he actually, I don't know if you've seen that picture on social media where I'm guarding myself.
Yeah.
So he had came up with that concept. Shout out to Renee. And I was like, you know what? This would be dope if I named it Both Ends Training. I think it's a unique name because, other people just train about offense strictly.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get a bucket, but crunch time, nobody wants to strap up their man. And I was like, if this is going to be my brand, why not name it, or have it similar to the style that I play. So Both Ends Training. So, and I got the shirt here, me guarding myself. So right now I just wear it, and, maybe I might have a clothing line down the line, but just trying to, just get back to youth. That's about it.
Okay. Another question I have. I know your specialty is defense.
Right.
What is your mentality when you guard an elite player, offensive player, or whatnot? Because a lot of people saying, man, it takes hard to take a last shot. But for me, I know it takes a lot more hard when you guarding somebody that can bust you up.
Right.
And because you don't know, you on an island, you don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And if they bust you up, especially nowadays, it's gonna be everywhere.
You're gonna hear it. Yeah. Social
You're gonna
media.
see it. It's gonna be everywhere. So
Everywhere.
people are ducking that defense
Right.
more than ever. What's your mentality when you see somebody coming that you know is a threat? And what are your instincts? What are the things that you look to do to try to stop them?
One of the first things I do when I do see an elite player or NBA player, I get excited. That's the first thing. So in warm-ups, mentally I'll just get prepared. Like,
Right.
okay, I'm guarding Trey Kelly or Chris Paul, whoever, Ty Lawson. So I'm like, okay, just from the experience that I had playing defense, I try to figure out some of their weaknesses, if that. So now if they don't have a weakness, I'll just be a pest on defense. Use my long arms, just being that, just annoy. A lot of offensive players, one of my secrets, they get annoyed quick if you just all in this
In their
stuff.
face,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Just bothering them. Even when they walk into the bench during time, I walk with them for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So little stuff like that. And it does take heart. I'm also just blessed to have the agility still just to slide your feet. I can't really say too much. I can't give you a strategy on playing defense. It just takes heart.
And want to.
Yeah, wanting to play. And before I was okay at offense, I was always known as a defender. I was 4'11" in ninth grade, y'all. 4'11". So one thing I had to do if I wanted to stay on the floor, I had to play defense. So everywhere I went, whether it was playing in high school, college, pro, I knew that I can get a job or keep a job playing defense. So, to answer your question, just be a pest. Limit some of their strengths. Like if I know they're a shooter, press up on them a little bit. If I know they can't shoot, take a step back. Why you going to waste all this energy trying to just, harass somebody that can't really shoot? And I learned that because before when I was younger, I'd pick you up. It didn't matter if you can shoot, can't shoot. I'd still be on you, for no reason. And I'd waste energy. And I wonder why sometimes I would get tired. But, it just takes heart.
Okay. The entitlement of some players. We touched on that before.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of players walking around with Jordan egos, with Joe Blow resumes and games. And it kind of, irks me, especially, what I do seeing every level.
Right.
Consistently. And they, especially at the highest level in the NBA and all that, they don't play that. Especially when you haven't proven anything. So what is your message to younger players or players who carry themselves who haven't really, to be honest, done anything? Anybody can score 20 points in like a Goodman League game or something like that. What separates you is the consistency year in, year out at all levels. What is your message to them who walk around thinking they're the best thing ever?
You said it right there, consistency. That's very important. And two, stop going on social media and looking to see what the other man's doing. Like, that kills me. Like, okay, you see somebody on social media score 20, so now he's entitled to be one of the best in DMV. No, you got to do something for at least, in my book, at least 5 to 7 years consistently. Not have one good year, then the next summer you out of shape, and then you living in the past. One thing about this new era, like, you got to practice what you preach. So if you're entitled to be one of them guys or one of the elite players, and you want to, continue to be one of them elite players, you got to do what it takes. Stay in shape, work out, play, be committed. Like we've been talking about, a lot of these guys around here, they might have one good summer. And what kills me, this is what bothers me the most. I'll guard you, but you won't guard me. So, that you can't stamp your game and say, oh, yeah, I gave Ojo 15, 20 or whatever. I was cooking him. And then you don't give me a chance to go back at you. So you take a rest on defense and guard somebody that you know is not a threat.
Right.
So that's one thing that bothers me around here. I'm not trying to bash the DMV. Shout out, I love where I'm from. We got hoopers. We got a lot of hoopers that can play in the NBA that just didn't get that break. But stay off social media. Just work on your game. The more you work on your game, the more time you be on social media and stuff like that. That's all.
Okay. Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park, my mob.
And, we go back a ways, what I'm saying, with the core, you, Gumby, and Coop. Like I told you before, I call y'all the Spurs of the DMV
DMV
Summer League
Spurs.
because I've seen y'all start off, fast and undefeated. I've seen y'all start off with y'all like 0-4,
Right.
but somehow, some way, at the end of the summer, y'all in the final four championship, and it's just like, come on, man, like that, So that's why I compare y'all to the Spurs, But one thing I respect about y'all is y'all brotherhood, how
Respect.
close knit y'all been over the years, and people don't realize. I feel like that's y'all advantage.
Right.
Like I've seen plenty of times. Like I know y'all out of bounds play, but they throw the lob to you. I've seen it so
Yeah.
many times.
It's too late now.
Telling all the
Yeah,
secrets.
it's all
Hey,
good.
if they
I can
students of the
catch it both
game,
ways, though. Now.
hey, if they students of the game, they should know
Right,
too.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
But I'm just saying the instinct, like y'all just read one another, nothing to say. It's just
Right.
a move, and the ball's there. I mean, talk about how that brotherhood stood the test of time and how it translated to success on the court.
Just through the years of playing with each other, man, we've been playing ball with each other. Like I've known Gumby and Coop and Jamal coach schools now, but he used to play with us too. I've known him, all these guys since I was 16, 17. So we're all from the same area. And then we just decided to, I had to beg them to let's put Lincoln Park in the farms because before Lincoln Park, me and Coop played with other teams in the government. I was with AWASH. I'm not sure who he was with, but through some of the politics, I had got pissed off one time. And I was like, I went down there and played on the team, and I felt like I should have been playing. I wasn't worried about starting and all that, but I just felt like I can help a team win, defensively especially. So, long story short, I got mad, and then I asked my boys around 08, 09, somewhere around there, man, let's put a Lincoln Park, let's put our team in. So, I finally convinced them to do it, and that's all she wrote. And you're right, it's just the experience that we have with each other. We've been playing together for a long time. Coop and Gumby, them dudes used to beat me one-on-one all the time. I mean, especially Gumby. I would play Gumby, 10, 15 games, series. I'm dead serious, until I beat him. And then after that, we can go home. So he'll tell you that straight up. And that's what got me better. That's what turned my game into another level. Like, Gumby, a lot of people don't know, Gumby was an all-Met football player as well.
Mm-hmm.
Scholarship to Maryland. Circumstances, things happen, but y'all see Iverson, see Vic and all them. I'm telling you, I'm not saying this because this is my boy, but Gumby's one of the best athletes to come out of MoCo. Like, he's probably better in football than he was in basketball. I don't know. Same as Coop, both of them. Jamal, like all these guys are athletes, but it's just the chemistry that we have. That's what keeps us successful and stuff.
Okay, and one thing I definitely want you to be real about, the pros and cons of this. The semi-pro circuit is a lot of leagues.
Right.
You got the APBL, the CBA, the ABA now.
Right.
You hear a lot of different things, bad and good.
Right.
From your perspective, and definitely a player perspective, what is the pros and cons of the leagues?
I'll start off with the pros. The pros is obviously it's a pro league, so a lot of guys that either had got injured or unfortunately got released from playing overseas, they can come home and play in a pretty organized semi-pro league where you can stay in shape, get film, work your way back up, and go back overseas. But the cons is there's a lot of organizations that don't tell you the truth about stuff, whether it's financial situations and stuff like that, or, the commissioner is trying his best to keep the league going, but he doesn't have any help. So there might be a game where there's only one ref. Or there might be a game where we got to wait an hour for a referee to even come because they're not getting paid. So, I mean, it's frustrating, especially, when I was really trying to get it and go overseas, it was hard because when you send some of your videos over to overseas teams and they see certain leagues that's not organized, they'll just delete your email,
Right.
like straight up. It doesn't matter if they know the game or not. And that's what bothers me about certain stuff, too, with pro GMs locally. A lot of these GMs got money, but they don't know nothing about basketball. Nothing. So they'll just go off what you said. Like if you said, Wilson, hey, my boy's good, he can play, but, Ojo might be better than him, the GM's going to go with you because you guys know each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't think about what's the common goal in the game. You want to win, right?
Right.
People forget about the winning part. So they rather go with, quote unquote, somebody you know or a name or whatnot and lose, go 12 and 15 or something like that. So it's frustrating, but on the up, the ABA seems like they're doing good now. from looking from the outside in. But APBL is doing all right too as well. But I just feel like as a GM, because look, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know how it is to be a GM. But my advice is before you go into something, make sure you do your research. So then you won't sell a young person short of what their goal is to go overseas.
Right. And I'm gonna throw some names out there, and I want you to really break down how you would play them, especially defensively.
Okay.
All right, Kevin Durant.
Crowd him, be a pest, because tall people don't like little short midgets all over. I'd be all on his hip, and I've guarded him a few times. Just be like, if he has the ball near me, I'm just going to try to hit it out his hands and just be a pest on him and wear him down. So if he ever got a chance to come guard me on the island, he's in trouble.
Okay. Chris Paul.
If anything that I can take back from my career, I wish I got more than 2 minutes to play against Chris Paul. Because as soon as I got in the game, I got selected to play in a Goodman League game. It was at Morgan or something like that. I got subbed in. I don't know, about 10,000 people in the stands. Chris Paul doesn't know me.
Right.
He got the ball. As soon as I checked in, he got the ball. I'm guarding him. The first thing he does is clear out. I said, oh. So knowing me, I feel like I'm an elite defender. Like
Right.
I honestly think I have. I don't know about offense, but I'm an NBA elite
Caliber
defender.
defender.
Yeah. So, but I'm a little nervous. I'm cold a little bit, so I'm like, oh man, he's about to do something. So, he goes in, he slides me a little bit, but I'm still in front of him. Then he hits a tough shot on me. I lie to you not, man. On my daughter, I wanted the basketball back. I wanted the ball back. Katie says, Ojo, go through. I said, oh, so I go through. So I just sit there in the corner, but I'm thinking the whole time, man, social media is hot right now. So, everybody going. So I'm hearing the next day, oh, Ojo, I hear Chris Paul made you fall. Yeah, Ojo, I heard Chris Paul made you spin.
Hey, the levels of social media when something
Is
happens,
off the hook.
it just it naturally progresses
Right.
0
from
to
usually
100.
nothing.
From facts to lies.
Yes.
It's a game of telephone, guys.
Right.
Game of
It's
telephone.
really
Right.
horrible.
So if I was to get a chance to guard Chris Paul, to answer your question, I would crowd him too and be a pest because I do feel like I'm quicker than him, but his ball handling skills is on another level. When he shook me, I felt like my body was going through that. No, I lied to you not, no bull. So I was like, wow. So now I see what the NBA level is about. Like, I feel like I'm quick, but how he dribbled that ball, how he had on the string, I've never seen nothing like it. So I would crowd him, wear him down. And like I said before, with like other guys, I would hope he could guard me too. And I would try to go right at him. Everybody that knows me, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you Jordan. I know Jordan would kill me, but I would go at Mike Jordan. That's just me.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Ty Lawson.
Ty Lawson, I was blessed to get a chance to go against Ty Lawson a whole game. The Goodman League Championship in 2011, the lockout year. That was fun. We won, by the way. Katie was on our team, but they had NBA players too. But we went back and forth with each other, and I earned his respect and vice versa. I think I had 20, 21. He had around the same, but we were going neck for neck for each other. And he's strong. And at that time, I don't think he could shoot as well. So if I could take it back, I'd probably give him a little bit of space to beat me, and I would use my length on him.
And what about the speed? Because everybody keeps saying how. I know he's fast looking at him, but
Right.
I don't know how his speed.
He's fast. His speed and quickness combined, along with his strength, that was tough for me. So I think I don't know. Maybe he's faster than me, but quickness, I don't know. It's neck to neck.
Okay. Trey Kelly,
my dude, that's my guy, Trey Kelly. We're actually about the same size, so I wouldn't change anything with him. I would just go at him like he'd go at me. With him though, what I notice when I'm guarding him, he uses a lot of ball screens.
Right.
Because I think I do annoy him a little bit, and he's a hell of a player.
Yeah,
Pro,
real sharp.
elite. Shout out to Trey, beast. But with him, he respects me enough. The fact that he's like a veteran would do. Like, I'm getting this pest off me.
Right.
Come get this. And people around this area, they know I hate screens. They nail me, ball. I done got stitches and all type of stuff. And it kills me when sometimes I don't hear the screen call. So I would just guard him normal.
Okay. The late the late great Jamal Boyd, silent assassin.
Rest in peace. Jamar. One thing with him, he couldn't stand if you put your hands on him or just be like, oh, he'd smack your hand. Like, so with him, I would get in his head mentally, because he'll tell you, Baby Shaq, he'll stamp this. Baby Shaq had told me, Silent Assassin said that I was probably the hardest defender. And that says a lot, you know, and I'm very humble and thankful that he would even say that, you know what I mean? Because I was in that game where Silent Assassin scored 75 points. And, you know, he gave me a good 17 of those. Seriously. I can stamp that. So, you know, so I would just get in his head mentally.
Okay. Brad Beal from the Wizards.
Outside, I would let him shoot. He can shoot, though. He's a heck of a shooter. But I'm talking about in the farms, playing outside, shooting out there, it's hard to shoot out there. I don't know how Corey Allman and all them be hitting out there. I have every four games, I'll have a good shooting.
Like, is the depth that bad? Like,
then one rim is like 9'6", and then the other rim is, I don't know, close to 10. So, don't get me wrong, there's some days I can shoot well, but Gumby and Coop, they shoot like...
Yeah, they shoot anywhere.
Yeah, like it's a... But, I don't know. It's... He's tough, but, like, I wish... You were there the whole game?
I was there, like, to halftime that game.
For some reason, Wing, that's my guy, you know, but, you know, he's gave me a lot of videos. But Wings were of the Goodman League, like, so they didn't tape that full game. I actually stole it from Bradley Beal about 3 or 4 times. I don't know. He didn't know me, so he was just putting the ball in front of me, and I'll take chances. See, the thing with me as a defender, too, you're going to get crossed up. It's going to happen. Yeah. Have I ever failed? No. But you're going to get crossed up. It's just the part of the game. And then that's the thing that bothers me with a lot of people around here. They're so scared to guard an elite offensive player. They don't want to get embarrassed, like we were talking about the social media part. So Bradley Beal, he's strong. So, like, the adjustment that he made towards me was he put me in the post because he knew not to put the ball in front of me. Heck of a player, too. Cool guy. He's from Atlanta.
Nah, St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah, that's a southern accent. But he, I would just try to like all my guys that I guard, I'd be a pest. That's if I can give any advice to all the people, man. And if you want to try to be an elite defender, be a pest. Have active hands. A lot of people, what I've noticed when I'm guarding you, like a lot of people, they drop their hands. Like say I throw it in the post, their hands will drop. With me, I always have my hands out, so I get at least 2 or 3 steals just by putting my hand out. So.
Okay, and the last one, because he actually made a comment saying that he cooked you. Gumby.
Oh, okay.
He was looking like, you got on that computer screen. Gumby, yeah, he has cooked me before. I say it on camera. Gumby's that guy.
He said one-on-one is like 100-22.
That's not true. That's false. But Gumby, he doesn't like dribbling around me. Gumby, the thing with Gumby, he knows this too. He'll tell you, if I'm on him, he'll turn his back on me. But with him, he was so athletic that he would just shoot over. It didn't matter. But with me, I would be all up under him. Gumby, the way Gumby shoots, he doesn't like people going under his legs or whatever. And I would never intentionally try to go on his legs, but I would jump up, you know, to contest his shot high enough to make him at least think about it. But with him, man, Gumby, especially in his prime when he was really, you know, it's not really even his full-time gig no more, and he'll still drop 30. Mm-hmm. But in his prime, I would just crowd him and then just be all up under him. So he knows. He knows.
All right. Last question, man. It's about playing defense, especially as a guard. Talk, explain to some. Like, it's one thing, you know, wanting to play defense. Mm-hmm. Like, that's cool. It's good that you want to. Right. But talk about how important angles are.
Angles. Very important. And a lot of people don't use it. For instance, if I'm picking you up full court and I force you to your left, right, to an angle, and I keep you away from, you know, the middle of the court, like if I force you one way to my advantage, the sideline is out of bounds. That's an advantage. If I keep you on one side of the court, I'm doing my job. Because if I keep an elite guard in the middle, he has more options to create. So, and it's also good to, like, turn your defender. Like, a lot of people pick you up but they're not really working you on defense.
Right.
So
Because there's a difference. That's
There's
what
a
I'm asking.
difference. There's
a
a
huge difference.
huge difference just saying that you just ran up on him and then you run with him down the
Yeah.
court instead of making him really think about it after he throws the ball. Like, dang man, I'm gonna call a pick to come get him up off me. So angles are very important. I would say just keep him on like one side of the floor, especially if you know his weakness. So then you have an advantage. And then if you go and if you turn him, one of the things too, if you turn him and I call a trap, his back is turned. He doesn't see me come. So as soon as he turns around, he has a trap in his face. And more than likely, our style, we trap. He might not see the helper, and then he throws it away. And that's how we get off.
I got to see it a couple times. Y'all turn people and take.
Yeah,
not turn. It's just turn and take.
Yeah, I mean, especially like in the Pitts League, shout out to Rob. A lot of my teammates, they don't like playing outdoor anymore, and I'm getting to that level too. Like, I love the atmosphere. I love playing outdoor, but it's like when you get old, the next day, that it don't feel the same. So, especially like we can really, show our defensive talent indoor, because that's what we do. Like, my new defensive partner now, Bruce Massey, is a monster. He even gives me a break now. Like, I feel like I don't have to always guard the best offensive player now. I could be like, hey, little bro, come hold it down for me for a few possessions. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only question I have, man. Just 'cause, like I said, a lot of people talk about defense, but there's understanding to it. There's nuances to it.
Right.
And, like, obviously the first step is just wanting people to actually want to do it.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I got a
it's
question.
science to it.
Because as you two know, I'm really big on defense. I was that player in high school
That's
that
what's
didn't
up.
have the best offensive game, but
Right.
you knew playing defense would keep you on the court. So, that was a big thing to me.
Right.
So I guess my one question is, the one person in the NBA that bothers me the most when it comes down to
Houston.
this, because,
Houston Rockets.
It's the one, it's the one that I always
He
talk
annoys
about.
me too.
He's annoying, but I wish that the other one there would have a little bit of
Harden?
how he plays.
Harden?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because like my biggest thing is, of course, James Harden is out of this
monster
world, of
offensively,
course.
yeah.
But I just always, it comes down to the defense for me too.
Right.
That's just how I am. So if there was one thing you could tell him to get him better on defense, what would you tell him?
Who, James Harden, like one skill.
Yeah, like what's one thing that he needs to implement?
You know what's so
practice?
crazy about it, and it's sad. Like when you watch him on the court defensively, he don't care, and he's a hell of an offensive player. Like, I'd be nervous to be on the island against him, but I would tell him to just listen, man. This is what I would tell. Listen, everybody's gonna get crossed up, so don't be afraid. I know you got a $1 billion shoe deal and you got all this good stuff, but if you want to take your game to another level, you want the Michael Jordans and the Bill Russells to earn your respect. You got it. It's a point in time. Is he 30 yet, James Harden?
Nah, he a little bit younger.
There's a point in time when you pushing that 30, 31, 32, you want to be known as that. There's stars, but there's superstars. If you want to be like a superstar, you got to tell coach, hey, during the defense assignment, I want to guard that guy. Because if you don't win a championship, that's going to be one of the things that they're going to say. James Harden never wanted to step up and play defense. Mm-hmm. So I would tell him, just try to take pride in defense, man. Like, it happens. You dealing with a different beast in the NBA.
Yeah.
You see, he has his share of people that he shakes and does what he do, but
That's probably one reason why he's scared to do it, because he done
he's afraid.
he done
can't
crossed up
take
too
it.
many people. He like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be that person.
Right.
And even with him, because I wasn't his biggest fan, I was always biggest critic. So now I see him even making the guys better. But then,
Right.
and
He's
so
doing that now. Big
partner
time.
of mine asked me, what do you feel about him now? I said, offensively he's playing a complete game. But I said, if he brings the defense, he's in the conversation as the best player in the league.
Just a little bit, just like a hair, and I think it goes,
I
and
think
that's why it
Westbrook's
goes
doing
back.
it a little bit now.
Yeah, and I mean,
On
like
defense.
that's
Don't you think
why,
he's
yeah.
starting to take-
He's getting in the way. Before it was just
Yeah,
like,
just let him.
come
Exactly.
on, block the shot. Like,
Yep.
no, so
It's true.
Yeah, I think it definitely goes back to just like wanting to do it. Like, I feel like playing defense is something like you take pride in. You take pride in being that person. Like, all right, yeah, they're the best person on the other team, but
Right.
they're not gonna do that today. Like, it's a pride thing as well. So I just think that's just a big thing for me. I don't know. I can't let it
No,
go.
I'm with you, and I do believe that certain NBA stars take nights off on defense. They do. You guys see it.
And yeah,
I mean, it's facts. Let's not. I mean, not you don't even have to be in the NBA. If you overseas or wherever, you get in that bag like that, like you feel like that. Why should I play defense? Like, and I don't like that aspect of the game. So, and that's one thing about my team, Lincoln Park and Rockville Victors. Shout out Rockville Victors. Coach Schools, if he feels like you're not playing no defense, he gonna sit you out.
Yeah, man,
Like,
that's how it should be.
and he does a lot of stuff too, and I like the way he thinks. Sometimes he knows when you're out of shape, so he'll make us press on purpose.
Yeah, that's all
Point
my
out
college
to see,
coach.
you gonna find out real quick who's been doing what they doing or who's had a late night. So,
And that's what I was about to get to. Some people don't play D because they're not in that type of shape.
right.
Like I look at James Harden's body, he's crafty with the handle and stuff
Right.
like that. And he uses his size to bully
Right,
people
right,
and
right,
everything. But that's hard work, many of your leagues saying,
Telling you,
it's hard work. So I don't know if he's in that tip top
Defensive
type
shape?
of I don't know. So
man,
he's in shape. No, it's no excuses.
right.
I'm not saying it's an excuse because you in the NBA and that's your job. You should always be there. But I'm not saying I don't know if he is
Right.
on top of just playing old. Because I heard him say last year, I got to conserve my energy for, you see what I'm saying?
said
Like,
that?
Yeah, he said that. So,
See?
I didn't know that.
yeah, he said that.
But Carter, you know how many media timeouts there is?
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Come on,
There's
man.
a lot of timeouts.
You know what? Like when I was, playing in pro and all these timeouts and stuff, I got mad. Like, why is all these timeouts? Sometimes I wouldn't even be on the bench. I'd be ready on the floor because it's too many timeouts.
Mhm.
Like, let's play. And one thing with us too, like people didn't know Baby Shaq as being a defender.
Mhm.
When he played with us, he's defending. He can play. He can play when he wants to. Probably the best offensive player that I've ever played with, pound for pound.
Mhm.
Because I've seen Baby Shaq give NBA guys 40,
Yeah,
50.
they-
Easily.
They missed the young.
They missed the
and
young. They missed the young
Yeah,
and one
man.
Baby Shaq. Like I'm telling you,
That
like it
little
bothers me. Yeah, the
double
little double
and
bit bob
he dunking on
and dunk on
see?
you. People don't see that, and it bothers me now. Like, when I see him, like, and he still could play. He can flat out. I'm saying, like, on the opposing team, it bothers me when they're like, yeah, I gave Shaq work and all. Or yeah, come on, man. Let Shaq really get motivated one summer and come. I guarantee you, it wouldn't. It'd be a wrap. Like I've seen him do it.
Yeah. I mean, Shaq stamped him on the hand. Like, he could play in the league. You don't need him. I mean, and that's when Shaq was the most dominant, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's all you need.